Hello friends, welcome to your channel Hashtags. In the last video, we have learned about WebDriver and have seen a demo of it. In this video, we will be learning about Selenium IDE, installation of Selenium IDE, and we will be seeing how it works. The best part of this video is we will be learning the latest Selenium IDE, which is rarely known by others. So this will give you an edge over the other people. Now let's see our course contents. So introduction and demo of how WebDriver works, we already covered these two. Now in this tutorial, we will be covering installing Selenium IDE and record and play with Selenium IDE. The last one, exporting Selenium IDE to Java, we will be covering in the next tutorial. So before we start with the demo, let's see what is Selenium IDE. Now Shinya Kasumi developed Selenium Integrated Development Environment in 2006 as a Firefox plugin that helps create tests. IDE is an easy to use interface that records user interactions on the browser and exports them as a reusable script. Selenium IDE is part of the Selenium suite and was developed to speed up the creation of automation scripts. It's a rapid prototyping tool and can be used by engineers with no programming knowledge whatsoever. Let's take a look at the advancements. So it supports both Chrome and Firefox. Improved locator functionality. Parallel execution of tests using Selenium command line runner. Automatically wait for the page to load. Now the automatic load is 30,000 milliseconds. Supports embedded JavaScript code. IDE has a debugger which allows step execution, adding, removing and breakpoints. Support for code export. Easy to create new project or open existing one project and save. Easily integrate with Jenkins for CI. So for nowadays, Jenkins or continuous integration is in demand. So the Selenium IDE comes with the tool to integrate easily with Jenkins. Now let's see how new Selenium IDE works. So for that, let's open our Firefox browser, and for that you need to search for the installation of Selenium IDE. Once you type this, you will get this extension link. So you need to open this link only, and once you click on it, it will open in your new tab, and here as you can see, it is showing Selenium IDE by Selenium. Now if you don't have this, it will show you add to Firefox. Now since I already have this one, it is showing me to remove. And once you add it to Firefox, this icon will come up over here, and if you click on it, you will see this Selenium IDE. Now here you get these four options. The first option is to record a new test in new project. The second one is open an existing project, then create a new project and close Selenium IDE. So since we will be creating a new test project, we will be using the first option, which is record a new test in a new project. Let's click on it. So once you click on this one, it will ask you to provide the name of your new project. So we will provide demo, and once you provide demo, we will click on OK. The next thing it will ask for the project base URL. Now this is the URL on which we want to record or we want to perform the testing. So for now, we will be testing it on Facebook login page. And we will be providing the link to the Facebook. So once you provide the valid URL, this start recording button will get enabled. If you put the invalid URL like something, see, this button will get automatically disabled. So let's put the URL back and now click on the start recording. Now let's click on it. Now after clicking on it, it will open the Facebook page. Now here, if you take a look at the right corner of the bottom page, you will see Selenium IDE is recording. Now whatever actions we will be performing onwards this step, it will start recording it. So the first operation that we will perform is to maximize the window. After maximizing the window, we will be putting the first name, that is hashtags, and the surname is Selenium IDE. Then we will be entering the URL for the Gmail. And once you enter this, you will get the re-enter. So you will be re-entering this email ID again. Okay. After this, we will be entering a password 1 2 3 4 5 6, and then we will be selecting birthday from the selector. So let's put any random birthday, and while you are clicking on it, you will see the Selenium IDE gives you a message saying it recorded that particular click. And at last, click on the sign up, and we'll close this. And this is it that we wanted to test. Now we'll stop the recording using this red button. Okay. Now it is asking for us to put the test name. Now here it is important to put a sensible test name, so that when you come back again and look at the test cases, you will understand that particular test is for what particular testing. So we will be putting test login as the test name. Now if you click on OK, you will see the test name that you just entered over here and the project name on top of it. And if you scroll up, you will see all the commands, all the operations that we performed. So if we open the URL and then we maximize the window, after that we made several clicks and we entered some values. So whatever click and the values that we entered, it will record those. It has actually all the recordings over here. And then target. So target is basically the XPath for that particular element. So if you click on this particular field, right, you will get all these 4 options. So where you can see the command, target, value, and the description. So description is self-explanatory field where you can put the description for that particular operation. Now let's take a look at the 4th operation where we provided the value. So the command was type. It come over here and it is the input box and then the value. So this is the value that we entered from the UI page. Now if you take a look at this log and reference, right, so if you run the whole test script, you will see all the logs come up over here. And if you want to know more about the commands, whatever the description of the commands or the references, just select any of the command, like click on the set window size and go to the reference. You will see what that command actually does and what is the argument and all. So this is the way of Selenium IDE to telling you about the commands. Now there are other several things which are included, like mentioned debugger. So if you click on here, it will add a debug point for the line number 4, and like this you can add multiple debug points. Also you can enable and disable the debug points from here as well. So if you click here, it will disable the debug points. Let's remove them because we are not actually debugging it. After this, you have pause on exceptions and the record. And if you take a look at the top, you will see the create new project, open project, save, and here if you click on these 3 dots, you will see running in CI. So this is the part we discussed in the advancements. From here you can directly integrate this test case with the Jenkins. Now let's run this. So before running, just take a look at these buttons. So here we have run all tests. So let's say we have test login, test registration, all these test cases, and we want to run all of them at once. We'll click on this run all test cases. If you want to test only one test case, then you need to select and you need to run the current test case. and here you have the test execution speed. Now if you click on it, you will see it is already set to the fast, but you can use this slider and you can select whatever the speed you want. For now, let's keep it as it is. Now we have done with the explanation of the IDE. Let's start the current test case. Now let's click on that. So it opened the URL. It started entering the values that we have already recorded, and that's it. If you see, right, all the commands are green, which means all the test cases are passed successfully. If you go to the log, you will see at what, so here you can see the timestamps and all the success messages for these all the lines or the commands. Let's scroll it down, and at the end of the log, you will see that particular test case, which is test login, completed successfully. Now we'll cover with the negative scenario. So for that, we'll just modify some value. So let's modify this. So here we have target and we have multiple XPaths. So these are all the XPaths that this Selenium IDE gathered for him to reach out to the particular element. Now if we change any target and if you make it something random, we'll see what Selenium IDE does. So we change the value of the target and let's run it again by clicking on run test case. So it opened the page. So we change the first name element, right? So right now what it's trying to do is it is trying to find the element. See, it is trying to find the element. Now as already seen that there is implicit wait which is already added, which is of 30,000 milliseconds. So it will wait for that particular amount of time, and once that time passes, it's just, so it is looking for, okay, and it just give you the implicit wait timeout message with the failure of that particular test case. So we have already seen the positive scenario. Now this is the negative scenario. So that's particular it about this IDE. Then close it. So we have seen how our new Selenium IDE works. So that's it for this particular tutorial. In the next tutorial, we'll be covering the part of exporting the Selenium code to the Java. So please subscribe, like, share and comment, and don't forget to hit the bell icon to get the latest notifications from us. Happy learning!